J. Cole is finally breaking his silence about the night he swung on Diddy, right in front of Jay-Z. And let's be real, this wasn't just over some rap beef or bruised egos. At first, people thought it was all about Kendrick Lamar's Control verse. You know, the one where he crowned himself King of New York and called out nearly every rapper in the game. That verse didn't just spark drama, it shook the whole industry. But now, insiders are whispering that Diddy's reaction went way deeper, like buried secrets kind of deep. What if J. Cole stepping in wasn't just about playing peacemaker, but actually calling out something way more sinister?
And he said, "What you gonna do? Hit me on my head with a bottle?" He's like, "Nah, I'm gonna break it on the table, I'm gonna cut your throat." So it's like a movie.
Right. What if that punch wasn't just defending Kendrick, but stopping something the public was never supposed to witness? Diddy's back in the headlines with that wild court case and those parties that everyone's been side-eyeing for years. So, here's the real tea. Did Diddy try to rope Kendrick into something crazy that night? And did Cole throw that punch to shut it down before it got too dark?
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead.
What's it?
Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died.
Now fans are putting Cole's old music under the microscope, especially his track She Knows. And if you really listen close, it sounds like he's hinting at Beyonce keeping some dangerous secrets. Secrets so big, they could land someone in serious trouble. So ask yourself, was Cole defending Kendrick, or was he exposing something huge right in front of Jay-Z? Let's get into it. Because to understand why Cole risked everything by swinging on Diddy, we gotta rewind to the verse that flipped the industry upside down, Kendrick Lamar's Control.
Kathy White's truth is going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
And guess what? That track wasn't even Kendrick's to begin with. It was Big Sean's track, but Kendrick came in like a wrecking ball and turned it into a lyrical bombshell. He didn't just rap, he declared war. Kendrick straight up crowned himself the King of New York, while name-dropping nearly every top rapper of that era. Drake, Whale, Meek Mill, Big K.R.I.T., A$AP Rocky, J. Cole, even Pusha T. Nobody was safe from that heat. Most rappers took the hit and kept it moving, but not Diddy. He wasn't laughing. He wasn't shrugging it off. He was heated. And here's why. King of New York wasn't just a bar to him. That's Diddy's whole legacy. Suits in Harlem, champagne showers, that uptown swagger. Diddy is New York hip-hop royalty. So for Kendrick, a West Coast rapper, to snatch that crown in one verse, that hit Diddy where it hurts. And now, we're realizing that bruise ran way deeper than anyone knew back then. But wait, it gets messier.
I need the help, thank you, man. This is a repeat, y'all see it. It's happening.
Kendrick didn't just flex. He sent a shot across the entire industry. And guess who he name-dropped? Meek Mill. Now here's the twist. Meek just so happened to be rolling real close with Diddy around that time. People forget how they used to pop up in matching outfits, toast bottles together, whispering it up in VIP booths like they were plotting something big. Now, nobody's saying anything for sure. But let's just say, if you've seen some of the clips that have resurfaced, you already know why fans are doing double takes. Some folks out there are even whispering that Meek wasn't just Diddy's protege. Allegedly, there might have been something deeper going on between them, if you catch the drift. So now the real question is, was Diddy upset over Kendrick snatching the King of New York crown? Or was it because Kendrick threw a spotlight on something he really didn't want exposed? Let's keep it real. By that point, Kendrick was already getting crowned by the streets. The culture was shifting fast, and Diddy could feel his grip slipping. It wasn't just about being a rapper or a mogul anymore.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
He called Meek Mill Daddy.
I was just doing what felt right for the street.
Diddy felt like he was being replaced as the symbol of power. And when Kendrick hit that Super Bowl stage years later, the message got louder. Get this. Kanye reportedly asked Kendrick to shout "Free Puffy" during his performance, but Kendrick didn't say a word.
And he said, what you gonna do? Hit me on my head with a bottle? He's like, nah, I'm gonna break it on the table, I'm gonna cut your throat. So it's like a movie.
Right.
That silence, it was louder than any shout, and it made it clear the tension from 2013 never really died. It just went underground, waiting to blow up. And blow up it did. According to TDE's Terrence Punch Henderson, who was right there when the chaos broke loose, the vibe that night was off from the jump. Diddy rolled in stone-faced, tight-lipped, clearly holding something in. No handshakes, no hugs, no fake love. He walked straight up to Kendrick like a man on a mission. And then, boom! He pressed Kendrick about the control verse, reportedly saying, "You disrespected the throne." Diddy wasn't playing, but Kendrick wasn't standing alone either. He had his TDE crew with him, and they weren't about to let anything go down unchecked.
The dude reached around and fired on him, and they both fell on the table, knocking all the drinks over. So all these celebrities just in this one spot. It's a scuffle now, huge scuffle.
Just when it looked like things might hit a boiling point, J. Cole stepped in. Classic Cole move. Calm, level-headed, probably thinking he could smooth things over. But Diddy, he wasn't having it. Allegedly, he snapped on Cole, grabbed a bottle, and said something wild like, "I'll break it and cut your throat."
It's 2022 and I'm still a savage. Whatever I want, I get. Whatever I want, I get.
But here's where Diddy messed up. He didn't expect Cole to stand his ground. No backing down, no hesitation. Cole swung first. Bam! Clean shot to Diddy's face right in front of Jay-Z. And just like that, the VIP section turned into chaos. Tables flying, bottles crashing. It looked like a mob movie exploded in the club.
Eminem just exposed P. Diddy on his new track, Fuel, featuring Jid. For those who didn't know, this isn't the first time Eminem has tried to call him out. On his diss track, Kill Shot, aimed at Machine Gun Kelly, Eminem had some harsh words for P. Diddy, but later apologized.
Security went crazy. Chaos broke out in seconds. Emory Jones, one of Jay-Z's closest boys, jumped in swinging. He thought someone was trying to hurt Hobbs, so he started throwing punches. Not even realizing he was clocking J. Cole. By the time Emory figured out who he just hit, it was too late. The damage was done. Now you've got TDE, Rock Nation, and Bad Boy all clashing in the middle of a major industry event. It wasn't just a fight, it was a civil war behind velvet ropes. But here's where it gets shady. Some fans think Cole wasn't just standing up for Kendrick. They believe the whole thing was a setup. Like Diddy wanted to make a bold statement, put someone on blast for crossing the old school elite. And the plot thickens. Word is, Diddy, allegedly drunk, had invited both Kendrick and Cole to one of his infamous parties that night. And we all know what kind of stories swirl around those parties. But apparently, Kendrick and Cole wanted no part of it. They shut it down. And Diddy, he's not used to hearing no. There's even that viral clip of Diddy bragging, "I'm a savage, I always get what I want." That mindset right there tells you everything.
Kathy White's truth going to be unveiled. And it's not a man. And that woman died screaming.
Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Diddy's name's been tangled in controversy. From that Shine nightclub incident with J-Lo, to the serious allegations surrounding him now, and even that disturbing video of him putting hands on Cassie. It's a pattern fans can't ignore anymore. So if a guy like J. Cole, known for being chill, introspective, never quick to anger, ends up swinging in a VIP section, then trust, this wasn't just rap beef, it was something way deeper. And just when the whole thing was starting to fade into hip-hop legend, guess who crashes back into the scene like a truth-loaded wrecking ball? Eminem, unloading bars like confessions in his latest track. Eminem didn't pull any punches. He stepped up to the mic like he was delivering a warning, not just a verse. Voice low, ice cold, he hit the world with a line that made the whole rap game freeze. Rip Biggie and Pac, both of y'all should be living. But I ain't trying to beef with him. Nope, cause he might put a hit on me like Keith D. Yeah, he said that. Eminem just publicly suggested that Diddy might have had something to do with the two biggest losses in hip-hop history, Biggie and Tupac. And the way he delivered it, no anger, no theatrics, just cold, steady truth, like he knew something the rest of us are only now starting to piece together. So let's not sugarcoat it. If Eminem is bold enough to throw that kind of shade in 2025, and J. Cole felt the need to swing on Diddy back in 2013, maybe that fight wasn't just about Kendrick's verse after all. Maybe it was about unspoken power moves, hidden threats, and secrets too heavy to say out loud. And speaking of secrets, let's talk about J. Cole's track, She Knows. This song's been blowing up again, especially on TikTok, where fans are going full detective mode.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
It dropped just months after that infamous altercation with Diddy, and on the surface, sounds like your typical track about cheating and guilt. But fans now think it was never about some random girl. TikTok sleuths are saying she is actually Beyonce, and knows means she knows all of Diddy's dirty secrets. Sounds wild, right? But listen to the lyrics again. He talks about sin, shame, heaven, and doing wrong even when you know better. It's deep, it's cryptic, and in this new light, it feels like a message wrapped in metaphor. Stay locked in, because this theory goes way deeper than anyone expected. That ain't just a song about cheating, that's layers. That's guilt wrapped in metaphor. Secrets that have been locked away by powerful people for years. One fan straight up said, she knows what Diddy did to Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, and Left Eye, and how he was always watching Michael. And yet, she stayed quiet. People are starting to believe J. Cole wasn't just venting. He was trying to expose the silence. Like, she knows was his one chance to hint at what's really going on behind the scenes. No names dropped, but the message, loud and clear. And here's the wildest theory going viral. The track wasn't about some mystery woman at all. It was a cryptic warning to Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Miss Aaliyah, how you doing,
baby?
girl?
It's so good to see you again.
You too. She's just looking fabulous.
Thank
what are you
you.
wearing tonight?
I'm wearing Gucci shoes, Gucci. Got a little Indian jewelry working.
Oh, that is hot. All right.
Fans think Cole was saying, I know y'all see it. I know you know what's happening, and your silence, that says it all. Let's not forget, Cole's had ties to Rock Nation. He was close to Hov's circle. So if he's dropping a track like that during a time when Diddy was still deep in the scene, rubbing elbows with half the industry, that means something serious was weighing on him. Some folks even think that's why Diddy allegedly came at him, because Cole was talking too much without even saying names. He was dropping truth in code, and they knew it. And if you think that's far-fetched, take a look at the patterns. The internet's been lighting up with receipts and speculation. People pointing at how the industry shuts folks down real fast when they step out of line. Like when Adele's Grammy speech got cut short, right as she was hyping Beyonce, was someone pulling strings? Or that moment when Kanye stormed Taylor Swift's speech, some now half joking, half serious say he was protecting Beyonce's crown. Then there's the trend of celebs constantly thanking Beyonce like it's part of the script, like they have to do it. And don't even get started on that viral and fake but spooky tweet where Sia allegedly said, Beyonce kidnapped me. Yo, whether it's trolling or truth, people are watching everything now. Was it satire, a joke, or was it masking something deeper, real fear? And let's not even start on those viral TikToks pushing the wild theory that Beyonce takes out the competition. Yeah, people are actually saying that. They're calling it the unlive theory.
Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died.
And it ties into the string of mysterious celebrity deaths that fans say lead back to the same inner circles. Let's talk Aaliyah, because when people say her death was more than just a tragic accident, they're saying it with their whole chest. Here's what we know. August 25th, 2001. Aaliyah, only 22 years old, dies in a plane crash after shooting a music video in the Bahamas. But the details? They get real suspicious, real fast. The pilot wasn't even licensed to fly that aircraft. Not only that, he reportedly had white powder and alcohol in his system. And it doesn't stop there. Multiple reports say Aaliyah didn't even want to get on the plane. Witnesses claim she was either unconscious or possibly drugged when she was carried aboard. That's not just tragic, that's sketchy. Fans aren't buying the accident explanation anymore. They're looking at the timing, the people around her, and calling it what it looks like: a strategic elimination. One user said it straight up. This is weird. Left Eye dies in a car crash, Aaliyah dies in a plane crash, and Michael Jackson gone from an overdose of propofol. All under strange, cloudy circumstances. Now the question is, are these just eerie coincidences? Or part of a chilling pattern nobody wants to admit? Michael Jackson was fighting for control of his masters. He was calling out Sony execs, warning the world he didn't feel safe. And then suddenly, he's gone. Acute propofol intoxication under a cloud of questionable medical care? Come on. Kim Porter, Diddy's ex and the mother of his kids, reportedly planned to write a tell-all and then died suddenly from pneumonia, with no warning signs? Make it make sense.
There was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time.
Then there's Heavy D, known to be close with both Kim and Diddy, who passed in 2011 from a reported pulmonary embolism. And Kathy White, rumored to be Jay-Z's former mistress, who allegedly said she was about to expose a massive scandal, then turned up dead just days later. Kim, gone, Al-B. Sure, Kim's ex said flat out that he didn't believe she died from natural causes. And guess what? Right after making those claims, he ends up in a coma. He survives, but still stands firm. Her death wasn't what it seemed. So what's really going on here? Because these aren't just isolated names. These people are all tied, either directly to Diddy, Jay-Z, or the deeper web of the music industry's top tier. If J. Cole saw this pattern, heard the whispers, felt the pressure, then maybe his song She Knows was more than music. Maybe it was a coded message. And that swing he took at Diddy, maybe that was him drawing a line. Now the real question is, what else does Cole know? Will he take the stand? And how many more artists are staying silent because they're scared they'll be next? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Catch you in the next one.